Today we are going to see about the operating system. So the operating system is a software that makes the computer to run. So without the operating system, the computer cannot function. So when you see about the history of operating system, initially it was a disk operating system, that is DOS. So here the commands will be typed in the command prompt as text and it will be processed. But later it was developed one by one, and now we are using the Windows operating system that is developed by the Microsoft Corporation. So in this Windows operating system, it will be a graphic user interface. You can see the icons as a diagram, as a picture, and using mouse you can click it, drag it, double click it, and whatever action you want, physically by seeing it you can process it. So it will be more user friendly, and there is no need to remember all the commands for system operation as it was in the disk operating system. And then when you see about the processors, so initially the process speed was lower, that is like a 256 MB, then 512 MB, 1 gigahertz, then 1.5, 2 gigahertz, like that. Gradually the process speed was increased. When the speed of the processor is increased means number of instructions completed per minute or per second is also getting increased. So when it keep on increasing, when it reaches beyond 3 gigahertz, what happened means there is no difference between zeros and ones. So the processor cannot function. So what the manufacturer did means they kept the process speed as constant and they introduced multiple processors. Initially a dual core processor, that means two processors will be there in the same computer. Then later, so two processors was there. Then it keep on increasing 2, 4, 6, 8 like that. So when the number of processors is increased means when multiple programs are given, each processor will take care of one program. If you have 8 processors means 8 different programs will be processed by individual processors and it will be completed fastly. Okay, this is when the multiple programs are there. Suppose if there is in the another method, that is you are going to process a animation or a morphing or CAD/CAM operation like that. So the rendering process of the animation or a cartoon morphing like that will be a very high processing capacity. So what they are doing means the single process is divided into multiple threads. That means if 8 processes is there means that single processing is divided into 8 different threads and each threads will be processed by each processor. So the single program, 8 processor will process it and it will complete it and it will be merged to a single output. So 8 times faster the programs will be completed. And similarly, apart from the processor speed, the RAM capacity also must be increased. When the RAM capacity is higher means the process will be processed soon. And in the processor also there are 2 types of cache memories, that is L1 cache and L2 cache. So before going to use the RAM memory, the processor first will use the L1 cache and L2 cache. If that is used means the speed will be very much higher. Suppose if the program is bigger means then only the processor will going to use the RAM memory. So this is about the processing. Then next comes the process control. So multiple process is there. So the operating system has to decide whether to allocate each processor to different processors or divide a single process into multiple threads. So all these things are done by the process control block. So in that a thing called monitor is there. So the function of that monitor is to look after what are all the processes available and what is in work and which one is in waiting and which one is completed. All these things will be controlled by the monitor which is in the operating system. Okay, so now you see all the systems are connected into internet. So when we connect our system into internet means anybody who is connected to the internet can access our data also. So our data must be secured. So some important or sensitive data we might be having. So others should not see that or copy that. So for that purpose, firewall was introduced. So the function of the firewall is to, it's like a compound gate that is present in our home. So whoever is coming inside or going outside, they have to cross that compound gate and then only go out or come inside. And if you have a security appointed there, the security will check who is authorized to enter inside like that. If any unauthorized person is coming means he will block. So like that, the security wall, that is a firewall will function. Whatever data comes outside into the computer and whatever data goes from the computer to the outside world, that is internet, everything will be monitored and controlled. If anything seems to be different, that is unusual activity like that means the firewall will block that process. So here our data are completely secured. So next we can see about the deadlock condition. So the deadlock is the condition. Suppose if it occurs means the system cannot function. So this comes when more than one computers, that is 4 or 5 computers or 50 computers are connected in a network and they are started using a shared programs or a shared resources. Suppose we consider there are some 5 resources available and in the network 50 computers are connected. 10 computers immediately want to use those 5 resources means if everybody is fighting for that resource, nobody will get it. So here the deadlock arise. So the deadlock is nothing but like a traffic jam condition. So here the operating system will have some 3 different ways to handle this deadlock. That is deadlock prevention, deadlock avoidance and deadlock detection. So deadlock prevention is that is it will use some rules and regulations. So based on those rules and regulations, the system has to get the resource and release the resource. That means deadlock will not occur. So next is deadlock avoidance means when the deadlock is nearing, that is it going to happen. So at that condition, the OS will determine and clear it. The another thing is deadlock detection. That means the deadlock had occurred. So at this time the OS takes steps to clear that deadlock after its occurrence. So these are the three different methods of handling deadlocks. So in the next class we will see about the remaining topics. Thank you.